Hello and welcome everyone to the Wausau Country Club. For this, our next edition of our From the Fringe video series. Living in Wisconsin can be tough on your golf game. Every time it seems like your golf game is starting to really come into full swing, the snow comes and you spend the rest of the entire winter forgetting everything that you learned all summer. You lose your muscle memory and you lose your golf game. In today's video, we're gonna talk a little bit about different ways people in Wisconsin and the Midwest can really still continue to work on your golf game throughout the entire winter, even when the weather won't let you outside. So probably the easiest way to work on your golf swing and really stay in golf shape during the winter is to find a place that has a golf simulator. What's nice in the Wausau area, we have a few different places. For our Wausau Country Club members, we actually tear down, we're in our bag room right now, we tear it down and put up some nets and turn it into a hitting station. We've got a simulator as well, which can show you things like your club path. It can show you if your club is coming through open or shut, the face of your club, and it can show you kind of distance and a little bit of your ball flight. All stuff that's really important that you a lot of times don't get to see during the winter because you're stuck inside, so you don't get to see the actual flight of the ball. So I'm gonna take a couple swings on our simulator. We'll show you a little bit about what our simulator shows you. That way you can see what you can really kind of work on through the winter. All right, now if we take a look, the computer's gonna show us our club speed, but more importantly, it's gonna show us that my face angle came through a little closed when my swing path was on plane. So that is what caused that draw. What's great, my face contact was in the center of the face, giving me a better contact and giving me a little more distance. It's things like this that make a simulator or a launch monitor really nice for your practice, because you can really start to work on your club path and your face angle as you're playing. So I know a lot of you are thinking, okay, so that's awesome, but I don't have access. If I'm not a member at the Wausau Country Club, I might not have access to a simulator, or if I do, it can get to be expensive to do a lot of practicing. So next we're gonna take a look at a few drills that you can do just in your house. Anybody can do them to help keep your game. We're gonna look at a couple things for your swing, but we're gonna start first with putting, because obviously putting can really be one of the biggest stroke savers in your game. So we're gonna look at a drill that can help you with your swing path throughout the winter so that you're ready come springtime. So for our first drill, I'm using took two Pro V1 boxes, but this can easily be done with just two books. But you're gonna take two books, line up, put the first one by your feet, and the other one about the distance of your putter, the width of your putter away. And all we're going to do for this drill is practice taking it straight back and straight through. Keep making putting strokes on the correct plane. What happens is it's gonna help prevent, if you come through a little outside or inside to out, you're gonna hit the box in front of you. If you come a little outside in, you're gonna hit the box in front of you. So this is gonna help you to work on keeping that straight front and back putter stroke. And we can put in a ball straight back, straight through. So for our final two drills, you want to go in your house to somewhere that you've got a wall. We're going to use a wall for our final two drills. Our first one is going to be a drill that helps with posture. A big thing that we see with a lot of amateur golfers is they get into their swing and they either stand up as they're coming through and they really lose that athletic position, or they'll even squat a little too much on their downswing, and now you have a lot of movement. So what we're going to do is we start with, you cross your hands on your shoulders and you just turn. And this is really good for helping getting your waist turning. What you don't want to see is any hip sway, so we don't want to be swaying back and forth. It's all just a turn in the shoulders and a turn in the hips. So that's what we want to see, and then come through. And then what we're going to do with the wall is to help that posture. So what we're going to do is get into that athletic position, and we want so that our butt is just touching the wall. So just barely touching, and we do that same thing with the shoulders. So we come back, and that butt should stay against the wall, but it shouldn't be leaning hard against it, and you don't want it to come away from the wall. You want to be in that nice athletic position throughout the backswing, and it should stay there until your follow through when you come up to your front foot. So you can just keep doing that. Just keep working on that anytime you have somewhere in the wall, and that's going to help you to keep a more balanced position, but also keep you down in the athletic position so that you can generate a little more power and you don't start losing some of that power when you're popping up too early. The second drill we're going to use the wall again, and then you're going to take either a golf club or some people I've seen use alignment sticks for it, or you can use a mop handle, a broom handle, whatever. But what you're going to do is this time we're going to be about a foot away from the wall, and you're going to grab, I'm using a club, and you want to grab it just above the head of the club, upside down like this. And so what we're going to do is get our backside about a foot away from the wall, and what we're going to do is take your club out in front of you and put it over your shoulder and turn. So get in that golf swing, and you want to have just the tip of the club touching, the tip of your grip touching the wall. And so what we're going to do is you're going to do a swing and do it nice and slow, and what we want is the tip of this club staying against the wall for as long as possible. What this drill does is it's going to prevent casting. So another big thing that amateurs we see a lot is they'll come down from their downswing and their body will get ahead and they cast and come over the top, and that's what creates either pulls or big slices where you're coming from the outside in, open the face up, and you've got that big balloon. So what this is going to do, again, grab it, get back into your position, and you bring it, and you want that grip to be on the wall as long as you possibly can. So just get into your normal backswing and keep it there until your hands are about even with your hips. It should finally be able to come off the wall. So you just and what you'll also see with that, as you're doing that, what it's also creating, because you're keeping your hands back, it's going to start to create a little lag in your swing. Your hands get out in front of your club head, which allows that club head to kind of lag behind you. And you'll hear that all the time in golf. That's how the real good golfers create power, is through that lag. So by keeping the club head, or in this case the tip of the grip, against the wall as long as possible, you're helping to create some of that lag. So there's 3 easy drills you can do that kind of keep you ready for golf throughout the winter, get you in your hip turns and get you the correct putting stroke. But the final thing I want to say is that probably the best thing you can do to help your game through the winter is get some lessons through the winter. Doyle and Aaron give lessons. You can come into the club, sign up with them, just give them an email. I'll put their email down below, and they will do winter lessons from you. The simulator makes it so that you can see the ball flight, but a lot of times the winter is a really good time to work through some swing changes, because obviously you're not going out and having an actual golf round. So it's a good time to work through a big swing change and go from usually bad to worse, and then you eventually get better. So feel free to contact them and get signed up for some lessons. I think that's really the best way to really improve yourself through the winter. Thanks everybody for watching. Like this page, check out our Instagram page, our Facebook page. We've got a lot of exciting stuff going on our website right now. Check it all out. Thanks again, I'm Chandler, and thanks for